Y'all would not believe John Jonathan and New Jersey TWORK almost fought on stage. They caused a big brawl on stage, and it was John's fault. I'm gonna let y'all know. I'm gonna walk y'all through everything that happened. So TWORK goes first round. He says something like, they say John is the fresh breath of air, and this the last one. You know, he acted like he had a gun. And then he say something like, since a little nigga I've been off the chain. I don't know a delinquent. I don't know a delinquent. Something like that he says. Then I like when he say he parked in a Honda on one accord. And then he kept on going. I'm going out with these. That's how you use the process of elimination. He basically took John's, you know, the multiple choice slogan that he has, and you know, did his own multiple choice. And then at the end, you know how he said all of the above. Instead, he said, I'm going out these. That's how you use the process of elimination. You know, so his first round was fire. I also like when he said, yeah, you put hollow through the mirror, then Calico punch you in the face. So he used that angle on John, you know, how he didn't tell the whole story basically. Okay, so you know, the crowd was with TWORK. He was on fire. The crowd was loving TWORK. Okay, so when John goes, I ain't gonna lie, y'all, I was really disappointed in John. This is like the worst John I've ever seen. You know, and when I was watching 15 Minutes of Fame last night, and all of the stuff, the tough talk he was saying, and saying how it was gonna be a movie, I'm thinking he was coming with some shit tonight. But that was far from the truth, y'all. I was so disappointed in his first round. He started off by saying, you know, Smack called me about TWORK, and I said, okay. And then he was like, yeah, he go from an interview to a suit, you know, basically saying that, you know, his is going to be his death. Then he had some type of TWORK club scheme, and actually TWORK said that in his first round, that he was going to use a TWORK club scheme on him. And then he talked about him stealing purses, and he said something about him stealing a purse, and then, you know, he got the purse, and then he says, I'm strapped in. You know, it was kind of funny. But I ain't gonna lie, this round was kind of corny in a way. You know, the crowd really wasn't feeling him, and I wasn't really feeling him that much either. He kind of bored me. He had a lot of filler in his round, John. I'm very surprised. Usually, you know, I'm really into his round, but not today. Okay, so the second round, New Jersey. So that first round, I definitely gave to TWORK, hands down. Better bars, better material. He outperformed John. So now we go to the second round. TWORK starts first. And then he says something like, I don't care how long John Silver, because, you know, John was talking about his gun and all this and that. So he said something like, I don't care how long John Silver. I thought that was fire. You know that restaurant, John Silver, I believe. So, and Long John, you know, it's a gun. And then he actually started talking to his, you know, people on his side. Bad News was over there, so he'd say a bar. He was like, tell Bad Mother to shut her mouth, you know. And when he said that, Bad News got really mad, and it almost became a fight then, but nothing took place, you know. But this battle was pretty intense. Okay, so that second round, you know, I didn't write much down. But that second round, New Jersey TWORK turned up. So now I'm going to go to John's second round. So he was saying, you wasn't blood till you made it on the main stage talking to TWORK, you know. But John seemed frustrated. He kept saying, yo, you know, wait, whoa, yo. He just kept basically trying to control the crowd, but the crowd didn't seem very interested. Okay, and then when he said a bar, TWORK said something, and he was like, it's called a rebuttal, dickhead. Like, you could see the frustration on John's face. You could tell that his bars wasn't landing much. He was becoming frustrated. He was becoming angry that the crowd wasn't rocking with him. You know, I like a bar, he said, if she want to twerk, I tell her, don't stop, pop that pussy. You know, so I thought that was kind of nice. You know, but again, John, he was just okay. His bars was okay, lackluster round. You know, he was very frustrated and upset that the crowd wasn't feeling him. Okay, so I again had to give that second round to TWORK. I was very shocked, and even the crowd kept saying 2-0, 2-0, 2-0. John was mad about that. F for 2-0. Fuck out of here. F for 2-0 and all this. He was really tight. So now John going to his third. Now he used a great angle that nobody used on John and Don yet, and that's when he got that case about him hitting on his baby mom. Remember that happened around the time when John was supposed to be battling the Hollow of Don, and he was in jail for allegedly hitting his baby mom. So TWORK touched on that, and it really hit a sore spot. I could tell it all up in John's face. Then all of a sudden, Jack Boy Maine jumps into the round, and the crowd was like, yo, like they was hyped. They actually they wanted to hear hear Jack Boy Maine say something, but John was like, nope, like every time when Jack Boy tried to say something, this is John. Nope, literally doing that. And the crowd was like, boo, boo, like the crowd was tight. They didn't like the fact that John didn't allow Jack Boy to rock. They wanted to hear what Jack Boy had to say. And that happens at times when your boy may jump in around and say a little few bars for you. That's normal in battles, and John knows that. So I don't understand why John wasn't allowing Jack Boy Maine to say what he had to say. Why was he acting like a sore loser? I couldn't believe it. So the crowd wasn't rocking with John now. John starts talking over him. Crowd starts booing. And then all of a sudden, you hear TWORK, and it was like, you know what, I'm out. Fuck this, F this. You know, he being a sore loser, F this. And TWORK and Jack Boy was about to walk off the stage. Then the crowd got real mad, and all of a sudden, everybody rushed the stage, and now it's like everybody is fighting and pushing each other, smacking Beasley, trying to break everything up. And then the pay-per-view went down for a minute. Commercials are coming on. I'm like, is the battle over? I didn't know what was going on. But sure enough, they came back on. And when they came back on, the crowd is chanting 3-0, 3-0. And the third round the third round did start. It started with with TWORK. He started it, and he was about to finish it with Jack Boy until John did what he did. So now that everything done calmed down, the pay-per-view is back up. Now it's John's turn to spit his third round. The crowd ain't even trying to let him spit. The crowd booing him off the rip because they still mad about what he did to Jack Boy Maine. So finally, Smack had to calm the crowd down. They finally calmed down. They let John spit a few bars. He say something like, for principle, I can't allow TWORK like school dance, or something he said. Then he starts talking about the angle about TWORK always choking and how he ends up on the next card, like when he choked against DNA. And the crowd was actually feeling some of his bars. They was agreeing with some of the things he was saying. But then he would go back into a whack bar or something that's not hitting. Then the crowd started booing him again. So John just basically gave up after a while and ended his round. But y'all, for the first time, I have witnessed a 3-0 by New Jersey TWORK. He bodied John the Don. Okay? TWORK bodied John. Can y'all believe that? TWORK bodied John. Next battle, y'all. Next battle is T-Rock versus K-Shot. I'll see y'all later. Bye.